Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Scary Scouts and Pirates of the Caribbean film series. Simon Angels here. Today's the day is Sunday, April 23rd, 2023 today. So this is where on the paradise. This is what I call their paradise is Manorwood Park. So we're just doing a hangout here about sitting ducks in there about all that time. And listen about chance for day. We'll just take a look at it for about trees of paradise. And do I just much it about I just do that about this is my friend Corn, Michael Parker and Mark. It's just five of us. All I have to do is just between me and Mark, Parker and Michael Corn. List that we have here is look at that. The review is the paradise. Just about playgrounds and benches and trees in the paradise, the birds in the skies, and like animals in the wild. It's much of the same thing about a whole time about as much as soon as later as much as possible. Like it's so much things about making it take a look around to for the tours as long as I can. All I have to did is about unfortunately we did to take care of my for a lifetime. All I did is does have in many matters about much that I take. Dude, I just knew for about news about a jug of nuggets here. Well, I guess all I have to do is about take a look at to the playgrounds here at we are in Manorwood Park. Now, there's a lot of kids here of about even a 5 or 14 years old. It listed about 9 years ago when listed a place at the playgrounds. Listed we created nearby like those about 1970s. Since we went to about all the time about our last time. So I did about for the first paradise of the Briar Lake Park, second paradise about Rainier Woods Park, and the third paradise about Manorwood Park. Fourth, fifth, and sixth paradise about South Hill Parks, Emerald Point Park, and Marina Parks like Emerald Ridge. My benches looks about none of the here's and comfortable and do so much as place of it about as much as soon as possible. Like make it official, all I have to do is take break times and like sooner as much as possible. Look at those trees and the paradise. Most likely for about all the trees of the forested areas. All I have to do is not to take care of it about the lost issues of the areas. Yikes. All I have to make it do is kept away with it. Like passionates and as much as soon as the most possibilities. So like we're just walking away for the tours and Manorwood Park. Oh, those we have here is the trails. We're just walking around here. It's about following directions. All we have here is we take care of those things out for about all the time as much as soon as possible. Like every accord here as far as I am concerned. Well, as far as to know about as long as the things is out. So we're just gonna go for about shortcutters. All we have here is checking out. Holy shit. Sorry. Look at that. Paradise. I haven't seen the first time before. Paradise. Like a tree, like among the trees, like Pastor Kyle's and they have about Celebration Lutheran Church. I remember at the former Pastor Kyle's and Celebration Lutheran Church. Chris remember that for about he was in about among the trees besides the Manorwood Parks. The process is like over about seeing the paradise and like most of the things about among the grass and branches and trees. Even that like animals do, they have black-tailed deers, includes the mule deers, white-tailed deers, and Roosevelt elks. Like others are like black bears and cougars and bobcats and lynx and mostly gray wolves and mostly moose and plains bisons and eventually they have caribous and the Northwest Trek, all for the paradise, lies at the same time about the forested areas. Um, they still have much things about all the case, so we just do for about like some more of the cases all that time. So we're just making all things up about for blowing up things. So we did not destroy. So we did not trouble in the paradise. There's no trouble in the paradise. No troubles allowed. All we did here is about this programming also needed by some tributes to Emerald Ridge. Kind of beloved those paradise in this world. All I did is it comes in a new home. Dude, I just listen for itself about like a entire time. Like all this concerns about exercise routine and then as far as we concerned about for the list 2 years ago all the time. And then let's say we works itself about we walking in for the tours and then just like we go entertainment groups like we go cinemas and like it sometimes we go just act like a black pearl as to the pirate ships at the Dead Man Tale on Tales. Of course we do. Quite frankly, as much as idea for about let's take a look at it for those trails out of it to the house. Do as much as I think about making tours out. Even the neighbors in the house, all I have to did that. Yikes, mate. Wish that I did. Like sometimes they have about like a timeline that says no dumpings violators would be persecuted, penalty fines up to the $500. Yeah. I don't want to dump it out for the trash in the park in the paradise. At least it's gonna have to come back to it for about list of the timelines. There's still chickens in the farms. And that's all we have. I'm not in the crime rush. I'm not in the mood. Like sometimes we return to the paradise. Like to work this out. And eventually all the time we could. Let's say we work this out about sort of things about 15 more months more. No. Like 13 months more in about this May. May goes in about the next summer, goes to about the June 2013. It goes to about 13 months more for the next summer in 2024 than this about next June 2024. My last My last day of the vlog's announcement speed for the views is next June 2024. All I have to do is about next year's of 8 evolutions here. And this one's programming also nearby. McJuggernuggets as and the vlog's announcement and reviews, and just like transitions about last appears of this video after Psycho Kid just killed his father about, I don't know, sometimes we don't want to see that coming. And probably should not be in the mood of breaking the law like all the time we could. So those ones to paradise and came over to it, and like others like it much better than that, but not too bad. And all I have to do is take a look around to the trails to action out. I just don't want to feel like the to my neighbors don't want to look out of there. I'm not in the mood. So I'm trying to be the root of them for about people in the house, my people in the house, like all that case and all that time. Like, should we do? Well, just gonna have to be careful as long as I can. Dude, that looks thinking about. I scares the hell out of it, like snakes coming in. Dude, I just don't want it to breaking the law about all the time and all that case. Well, that's gonna say turn around straight. I don't want any neighbors. Don't want to break the neighbor's law. Yeah, I know sometimes it's just different about not supposed to be in there. And we wanted to be careful all the time about not the same thing about troubling from paradise here. Well, we'll just do that about like a shortcut trails, all we have. Just like Bradley Parks about the trails about I did the walking in about all country parade and working the Walmart thing about cars associates at the car pushers all the time from 7 years. Listen works it out about and sooner or later, right? Yeah. All I have to do is about as long as soon as possible make one of those about for the tour inspirations. And all I have to take was just do that to take care of it about less of times. Do that about the course here for about all the right time and last of it. So much of us think about my last day of a Pirates of the Caribbean is next June 2024. As noticed about remember that they're about I was a very good privilege for about like 8 years until next year. All I case to do is make this out programming. We also need by this program's also need by programs issues. At least it's starter about nearby. Do also it takes about minute exit for the views. Looks like paradise and trails and just walking besides there and do as much as soon as possible and much as it's thereof too. Dude, I'm not in the mood and so I'm not supposed to. doers gonna find a way to exit out to the trails as long as I can. Let's follow directions. Let's get it exit out. Um, there you go. Ta-da! All I have to think about it. Thank you for coming in for paradising in among the trees. All right, guys. So thank you for much for coming in, guys. So please make sure, don't forget to hit the button to subscribe for more contents. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Google Find Cameras, and TikToks, and links to the description of Google Chats and the emails. Subscribe on the DD33 as The Hunter Call for the Wild and Spencer Worlds, Jackson Beard, The Long Gamers, Ron Tubes, Flinters, and Kill Clinton as long as we work. Be sure to subscribe to Lady Legend XLs and maybe extra worlds alike. Alright, guys. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to watch it on the one cruise at a time. Next month will be on June 2000, or maybe about June, as the Hunter Call for the Wild trailers. And as much as I can, unfortunately, all I have to do is about checking out. Be sure to watch it on weekly 5 days wrestlings, and most of it is just like schools and wrestling schools actions as long as I can. As long as it hasn't been a relaxed time, and being sure about it pretty good of it. Alright, you guys, so if you wanted to watch it, it's also on. I just wanted to say, make it feel free to watch. Make sure, don't forget to keep it rich, mateys. Next year would be my last appearance about vlogs and announcement speech reviews and Pirates of the Caribbean film series. Thank you so much for coming in. Feel free to watch. Don't forget, I'll keep it rich, mateys.